It's not my fault that he came here. It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that he came here either. It's China's fault. They kept it from going into the rest of China for the most part, but they didn't keep it from coming out to the world, including Europe and ourselves.
Made a mistake. It took too long to get it right. It took too long to get it right. I'll be president of the United States, not vice president of the United States. And the fact is, I've made it very clear. Within 100 days, I'm going to send to the United States Congress a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people.
Well, let's cross over to Dave Brat in Lynchburg, Virginia. He's the dean of the Liberty University School of Business and a former member of Congress. Good to have you on the program with us. I want to hear your thoughts when you watched the debate, because some people are saying there was no clear winner. Then some polls are saying that Biden was the winner. How do you think the candidates fared? Who resonated most with the people watching at home?
Yeah, well, there's some major breaking news in the U.S. I don't think you've caught up with the news cycle yet in your reporting. The thing you said was unfounded about Biden and his son Hunter is on Hunter's son's own laptop, and the FBI had that. And actually, it goes back to 2015. Hillary Clinton put that news up against Biden to keep him from entering the presidential race against her. So everybody knows about it over here. It's just a matter of our news will not report those facts. And yeah, you guys reported that, Trump, when he was a businessman, had a bank account in China. Well, whoop-de-doo. I mean, all business people have accounts everywhere. That's not news. What's news is if you have a relationship with your son flying on Air Force Two, and then the son gets a $1.5 billion financial contract the week that you come back from your China trip. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. And the U.S. people are not being given full information on this. And so last night, that's cracked open. The moderator cut him off all the time whenever he got near China. And that's very informative. And whenever he went after Biden on the Hunter story, the moderator cut him off. But at least she did ask.
Do you think, though, 11 days before the election, we've had 47 million people cast early ballots, which is more than the number that cast early ballots 4 years ago. Do you think that people care about that this close to the election?
Well, they better care. If your number one strategic ally who has declared war with you on paper back in 1999, two Chinese colonels in unrestricted warfare, you better care. And so if the American people are so out of touch and the news is so out of touch, we're in trouble. China's been at an information war, economic war against us for 20 years. They've stated their objective to overtake us. And China wants to go back to doing business with them. And wage rates, we've lost jobs in the United States. Wage rates have been flat for 40 years. And President Trump is the first president we've had in 40 years to come around and try to fight for the American middle class. And so that's going to be where the fight is. And last night, I think he did himself a service by calming down a bit. The first one was a little too feisty. And so President Trump gave the suburbs a reason to vote for him. And so we'll see how that translates.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit more, because this debate was quite a bit different from the first one, where we saw Trump talking quite a bit over Biden and interrupting. They implemented some changes, including a mute button, and there was a lot of criticism about that. But what were your thoughts on that? Do you think that was the right move, and did that hurt or help Trump?
Well, it can be an okay move, but the way it was executed by the folks who run the presidential debates was awful, right? And they also, the third debate is supposed to be on foreign policy. But Google and Facebook and the Washington Post and New York Times are all in a monopoly to reelect Biden. So they won't report on the Hunter Biden story. And so that's the problem. They got rid of foreign policy as the major area for debate in the final debate, which it always is historically. So when you put all that together, and then you see that the last moderator worked for Al Gore and Bill Clinton's presidential campaign, and this moderator in this debate had Christmas dinner with the Obamas, then you see why she was cutting him off anytime he got near China. Because the president was scoring huge points when he got near China or when he got near the corruption of the Biden family. And now there's a laptop with 26,000 emails, evidence against the Biden crime family, not just Joe Biden, but two brothers, a niece, his son Hunter, and it's not a pretty picture. And so that's going to inform the voters coming up. 150 million.
Okay, just want to draw our attention to our viewers watching at home. We're seeing Vice President Mike Pence voting early in the U.S. election, just 10 days to go until the election on November 3rd. I want to thank Dave Brat in Lynchburg, Virginia, for your time. Thank you.